I visited Kyoto for the first time this year, so come with me as I take you through the places I ate at, including some of the best meals of my life. If you love noodles as much as I do, you have to try this restaurant. This was my first meal in Japan, and it set my expectations incredibly high. This restaurant is known for its sukumen, a rich, thick broth served alongside a bowl of cold noodles for dipping. Begin your meal with light and refreshing complimentary tea as you watch your food being freshly prepared in front of you. Here we ordered the beef intestine sukumen and roasted pork ramen. The sukumen was the real highlight. I tried both the roasted pork and beef intestines variations, and I highly recommend the latter as everything, from the broth to the meat, was better. This is coming from someone who doesn't usually enjoy intestines on a day-to-day basis. They had a smoky aroma from being freshly torched, which infused perfectly into the rich, thick broth. Each piece was tender and fatty with a satisfying bite to it, unlike your typical rubbery texture. Served with a bowl of cold noodles for dipping, the noodles were thick and chewy, with the broth coating every strand. The ramen was quite enjoyable as well. The soup was a light, less thick version of the sukumen broth, making it a good choice if you prefer something less rich and heavy. Similarly, the noodles were thick and chewy, topped with freshly torched pork belly that was tender and lined with just the right amount of fat for the extra indulgence. Even the long beans were packed with flavour, where the leek added a good crunch and aromatic depth. Next on my list is Gyukatsu Kyoto Katusugyu, which offers a variety of beef cuts encased in crispy breading. We ordered the large sirloin Gyukatsu set and large tongue Gyukatsu set. I personally love that you could cook your meat to your preferred doneness, perfect for someone like me who is particular about how my meat is cooked. The beef sirloin cut was a little on the tougher side, though that may have been due to my cooking. That said, it was still really good, considering that it was one of the more affordable cuts. The beef tongue, on the other hand, was so soft and tender. The tongue set came with a miso dipping sauce that was tangy, with a nice kick from the spiciness of the green chili peppers. Let's talk about the true underdogs, the sides. Each set came with a blob of fresh wasabi, which is unlike the typical pre-made paste you often find in restaurants. It had a vibrant, refreshing taste which cut through the richness of the meat. The main dipping sauce, a dashi curry, was packed with flavour and absolutely delicious, though my boyfriend felt it reminded him of instant curry. Last but most definitely not least, their onsen egg. This egg is quite literally the best egg I have ever eaten. It was incredibly fresh, with a yolk so creamy and packed with umami, elevating every bite of meat and rice it accompanied. I would happily come back just to enjoy this egg again. Our next stop is a popular local ramen chain. This shop specializes in one broth, a carefully balanced blend of shoyu and tonkatsu. We ordered their standard ramen and one with bamboo shoots. I highly recommend the latter, as the bamboo shoots were a key highlight. Smooth, silky, and slightly crunchy, with each bite releasing a subtle sweetness that complemented the rich broth perfectly. The noodles and meat slices were fairly standard, with the broth on the richer side, delivering a strong porky flavour. I was not able to finish the broth due to its richness, which I later learned is normal in Japan, as the broth is traditionally meant to coat the noodles. Each bowl was topped with a generous serving of spring onions, which added aroma and depth. We also ordered a side of 6-piece gyoza, with flavours on the lighter side, but offered a nice ending to our meal. If you're looking for an affordable and hearty meal, I highly recommend giving this place a try. We also checked out another local ramen chain, but this fell short compared to the former. The noodles lacked that handmade quality, even feeling a bit like instant ramen, and the broth did not have the same depth or richness. Last but not least, this place is a true hidden gem. We stumbled upon it as we were exploring Gion District, and I was drawn by their irresistible cheese pool display. Having first fallen in love with croquettes from Moss Burger, which originates in Japan, I figured there was no better place to try an authentic Japanese croquette in Japan. We opted for a seemingly standard potato croquette for 250 yen, thinking that it would just satisfy my cravings for fried food, but little did I know how big of a game changer this would be. Inside was warm, fluffy mashed potatoes encased in a crispy batter, infused with mincemeat which was packed with flavour, elevating the dish to another level. This was, and still is, the best croquette I have ever eaten. From the rich and smoky sukumen to perfectly cooked gyukatsu, and the ultimate game-changing croquette, this city is truly a food lover's paradise. If you're planning a trip here, I hope this guide gives you some delicious inspiration. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you later.